So, you made it. Don't stand under the rain. You humans catch colds too easily. Come. Of course you don't remember how you got here. What a silly question. Magic protection. Have they taught you nothing? This place is sacred. No one should know how to come here. Well, except for a selected few, that is. Indeed, the library must be hidden from the world. A secluded place, far from civilization and, ultimately, danger. So many questions for someone who just woke up in a nearly drowned boat. Are you sure you want to talk that much? Me, the welcome committee. Oh, please. I am a scholar, one of the most important positions in this place. And here I am, playing guides for a human. Amazing. Oh, but you are perceptive. I am annoyed, indeed. Because I have better things to do than wait for a mortal to come ashore and ask me a million questions under the pouring rain. Go ahead, come in. Welcome to Bibliotheca Aeterna. Now, I will... You are shaking. Could it be that you are cold? Of course you are. How did humanity manage to survive this long? I always wonder. Here. Better? Of course, I know magic. I'm a vampire scholar. What did you think? That I only drink blood, hate garlic, and crosses? Brilliant. Follow me. My job is not to appreciate your presence, only tolerate it and bring you to the book or rather your secret society is seeking. That is all. No, it's nothing personal. I do not know you, so how could I hate you? Silly question. I am annoyed because this is wasting my precious, infinite time. And also, you are incredibly distracting, which I hate and should avoid at all costs. How so? Really? Don't you have a guess, little packet of blood? You are human. I am a vampire who hasn't fed in... How long has it been? Yes. 2 months. Do you understand how distracting you can be now? Exactly. I can hear your heartbeat inside my mind like a war drum. I can feel your blood flowing in your veins, your heart pumping like a madman. Music to my ears, really, but also makes me salivate, wakes up my hunger and my thanks. So, the quicker we get to your book, the better. For you. I have fed on guests before. Yes, of course. A little payment for my time. that is all. But I was asked to leave you intact. A shame, really. You're my favorite blood type. Now, please, only ask questions related to the library and or the book you're looking for. Open your ears, listen carefully. I shall not repeat myself. Understood? Delicious little snack. Good. Look at you, so obedient. Stay like this. Do not change. As it is your first time at the library, I know it's your first time here, because I know everything. Little snack, what did I just ask you not to do? Indeed, no more silly questions. And what did you just do? You asked a silly question. And do we think this is a good idea? To not follow my orders, my rules? Then what should we do from now on? Exactly. Follow the rules. Because if you don't, I will sink my teeth into your tender neck and bleed you dry. And we do not want that, do we, little snacky snack? Good. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Bibliotheca Aeterna. A first-timer. I shall tell you its story. The library was created on this island by an ancient vampire, Meren Ptah, which means beloved by Ptah, the Egyptian god of craftsmanship and creation. Very fitting for someone who decided to build this place. Yes, he is Egyptian. His human soul was born during the Ptolemaic period, between 305 and 30 before Christ. None of us here knows exactly when. He has always remained very mysterious about his age. But believe me, he is old. Probably the oldest vampire still standing. Ah, here. You can see him depicted on this mosaic. It has been brought here from Egypt a few years after the library opened. A long journey for a marvelous portrait. He is still alive, well, undead, yes, of course. And he lives here, between these walls, but he rarely comes out. What does he do? Really? What does one do in a library, little snack? Read, yes. Now, let's move on. You have so many questions, and asking me if you can ask a question, that is... There is no end to this. I shall try and not devour you. I still have a semblance of control in me. Come on, ask. Why create this place? Really, you don't know why this library exists? Yes. It is to archive all written works, human and supernatural alike. There is no other place like this on the entire planet. One of a kind. Unique. Do you understand the chance you have to set foot here? I hope you do. But why then? why a vampire would ever care about human writings in the first place. There are different explanations to that, so listen carefully, little snack. I will not repeat myself. Meremptah, in his mortal life, witnessed the destruction of the Library of Alexandria. I know, what a shocking sight it must have been. Seeing all this knowledge reduced to nothing, dust, ashes. All that was written in the corner of this world, gone, forever. No backups, no copies, no nothing. He and a few of his friends tried to save some scrolls from the flames, but to no avail. The rare times he talks to us about this episode, his voice just breaks. His eyes fill with crimson tears. The only thing in the entire universe which still manages to get an emotional reaction out of him. A tragic, tragic event. Something that scarred his mind for the rest of his lives, mortal and eternal alike. Here, this painting of the library engulfed in flames. A reminder to all of us working here and dear guests that anything can just disappear in the blink of an eye, especially when flames are involved, and even more so when vampires and flames are involved. Moving on. After Alexandria, Meremptah dedicated his mortal life to the protection and archiving of scrolls and other writing mediums. He became a librarian, essentially, restoring, cataloging, searching for any important texts to preserve them from time, decay, and danger, until this. Yes, his transformation. He commissioned this sculpture to Michelangelo himself. It represents the moment Meremptah's creator sank his fangs into his thin neck, minutes before he fed him his own blood to turn him. The embrace, exactly. A masterpiece. Why did Michelangelo agree to work for us? We have our ways to make mortals work for us. I am sure you've heard of enthralling. Well, here you have it. One example of a very useful enthralling. Of course, Meremptah paid Angelo well, way more than he would have ever asked for a sculpture like this one. But that's beside the point. Now, a vampire, Meremptah interpreted this embrace as a sign from the gods. Yes, the gods. You see, and this will come as a shocker to you, little snack, but us vampires, we are a little bit, just a smidge, full of ourselves. I'm sure you've heard of it, or maybe you've met one of our cousins back on the continent who is just like that. Well, I am afraid Meremptah wasn't an exception. Just guess, little snack, why are we like that? Because we are all powerful and immortal, until something kills us, that is. But you get the gist. We are almighty, travelers of time, watchers of humankind. We are almost gods, some might say. So here he was, Egypt, believing he was granted immortality to collect the world's knowledge and writings for eternity. A life's mission to make sure it will all withstand time and fire. But to do this, he needed a place, a big, enormous, infinite place to stock all the text humanity has ever created and will ever create. He looked and looked, traveled the world until one day he found this place, a remote island, far away from continents, surrounded by enough water to extinguish any fire that might start here. Because, of course, traumatized by the burning of the Library of Alexandria, Meremta had to find a place in the middle of crashing, cold waves. Here, this triptych depicts the island before the construction, during, and when the library was finally completed. He made it all himself, yes, a one-man job which took him years of engineering and magical prowess. Ah, this is the particularity of the place. It looks indeed small from the outside, intimate almost. But look around us. Huge, massive walls, sculptures, paintings, shelves upon shelves upon shelves of books, corridors, rooms, balconies. This is all thanks to magic, little snack. Gigantic, yes, that's the word. The Bibliotheca Aeterna has been planned as a labyrinth, a magical labyrinth. Only those who work and live here know how to navigate. Another security measure. It acts just like a spiderweb, luring those who manage to find it beyond all odds, trapping them in the never-ending corridors until they die of hunger or are eaten alive by one of the residents. This is why, little snack, I shall advise you to never leave my sight and always stay close, because you never know where you might end up and whom you might meet. And to be fair, I would hate for someone else to devour you, if devouring is an option. I am your guide, which means you are mine. And believe me, here, we are very particular with our meals. Protective, possessive, and I'm sure you can find other adjectives that would be to your taste. Oh yes, I live here. We live here. Vampire scholars, those who take care of this place. Disciples of Meremta. You can count us on the fingers of one hand. That is how rare we are. We dedicate our eternal lives to this place, leaving only 3 times a year for the continent to feast. A bloodbath, really. And come back here all fed and energized. My next outing should be in a few weeks. Cannot wait. Of course, we do have a snack or two here, when it is possible, but most of the feeding is done outside these walls. Because this place is a place of knowledge, sacred, pure, if you will. One does not choose to work here, little snack. One is chosen for this very purpose. Just like myself, indeed. Should I tell you my story? This was a rhetorical question. Of course I should. My name is Seraphine, a name with its own story. Do you know what it means? It means the burning one. Interesting for a scholar working in a place especially designed to protect objects from, well, burning fire. And it is also linked to the highest angel order. Amusing for a vampire, don't you think? I am a walking contradiction, indeed. Oh, yes, my story. Seraphine, human born in the Middle Ages in France, hence the accent. I was a nun back then, helping monks, copists write and ornate Bibles. A time when I was still devoted to God, religion, faith. When I thought I would die and meet my Creator in heaven. Well, I met my Creator, or rather, Meremta found me, but not in the clouds. He is the one who chooses who works here. Yes, his place, his rules, his staff. Everything is under his very control. And believe me, he's been watching you ever since you set foot on the island. Precisely. That's this weird sensation you've been feeling all along, as if a myriad of eyes were directed on you, following your every move, your every breath. That is him, Meremta. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. He chose me for my love and dedication towards books. I've always preferred their company to fellow humans, and after my embrace, it didn't change. Became even stronger, if you ask me. A chance, really. A chance, yes. Some do not take well the idea and the need to feed on mortals, on human beings. The transition is complicated. To me, it was a lot of fun and incredibly delicious. But that's not what we're talking about. I first came here as a restorer, because no matter the amount of magic this place holds, time will still damage some of the most precious pieces we have here. So that was my first job. Then I got promoted to a scout, to go and look around the world for new additions to a ever-growing collection. And then, finally, I got the chance to become a scholar. Oh, no. Little snack. To become a scholar, one needs to have shown dedication to this place, first and foremost. Be a vampire, that's a given. And finally, have read all the books, texts, scrolls, and whatnots stored here. Yes, all of them. I know where every one of them is stored, how to get there, which shelf to look for. I know every word, every story, everything by heart. That, little snack, is how you get the privilege to become a vampire scholar at Bibliotheca Aeterna. Now, I believe you came here for a very specific book. Indeed, surprising that humans know about it. Well, it is unique, one of a kind, a very dangerous text. They didn't tell you anything about it, did they, your court leaders? Secret society, it's all the same to me, little snack. And I actually get why they didn't. Because If you knew what this book might do to you, you would have never come here. Oh, is it fear I sense coming from you? Exciting, so very exciting. No, Seraphine, focus, dear. This book is located in the most secure part of the library. Follow me and always stay close. Remember. Walls move, doors open to places they should not lead to. This is the labyrinth part of the library I told you about. A spider web, a trap, waiting to close on anyone unworthy of this place. I told you, I am a scholar. Of course I know about your book. I know all books ever written. Tell you about it. Oh, snacky snack, are you afraid to read it yourself? I see. Rumors. Well, this book does drive its readers mad. Yes. Me? Maybe a little. But I'm a vampire scholar, remember? I have a high tolerance for books, effects, and shenanigans. So, no, it didn't drive me over the edge, if that was your question. Little snack, if I were to tell you what the book says, what would be the point of you even coming here? I don't think your court sent you here on a field trip. Am I wrong? Well, then the book you should read. Listen, where would be the fun in telling you its content? Yes, the fun. That is one of the best parts of having guests over, witnessing the power of books on your little minds and souls. And that is fun, most of the time. Especially with dangerous books like the one you are after. Plus, if you ever go mad because of it, I will gladly end your suffering. That's a promise. This book is dangerous, yes, to your kind and the world. Then why give access to it? Because it is very unlikely that you manage to understand its content, and even if you were to, you wouldn't be able to read it till the end. If you were to read it entirely and understand it, then that would just mean it is time for humanity to know about it. You know, it's important that we, supernatural creatures, do share some otherworldly knowledge with your lot from time to time. Why? To help you advance, evolve. Right now, it seems like you're stuck in a not-so-great spiral. And maybe a bit of controlled madness will decant things and set your priorities straight. Like, I don't know, unleashing an eldritch being on Earth or something like that. Ah, interesting question. Do we control human knowledge? And if we dig a bit further, do we control you, mortals? Maybe, little snack, maybe. You see, the coexistence of humans and vampires or any other supernatural being is a fragile thing. An ecosystem that needs care, love, rules, force, enthralling. Sometimes we need you as much as you need us. Why? That, little snack, you shall maybe discover in this book of yours.